How's it doing, guys? Welcome back to Derby Kingdom. It's been a long time. We finally got to a break. There's a lot of stuff have changed. A lot of stuff, which we're going to get to here in a minute. But I'm in my car today. I finally started getting some of the rear end pulled out. I got a couple plates welded up. I've been reading the rules and watching what I'm doing. So we're going to see how this turns out, but we're going to get to everything now. Alright guys, as you can tell, we're not in our normal spot. I have recently moved within the last 2 weeks. I got myself, something a little bit better than where I was to before. Unfortunately, not really for the car. This is going to be her spot where I'm going to be working on it too. But we got some pavement now, finally. She's a little bit more hidden away, I guess. You can still see her from the main road, but that's alright. I'm enjoying it here. But as you can tell, I'm getting this rear end pulled out. I welded up this plate there a couple days ago, and I couldn't get at it first. So now I'm actually able to see inside. And everything is starting to come back down slowly, because if you all can remember, this here was like back here. That full chassis was almost exposed. So I've been doing a lot of work in the last few days trying to get this all hauled out. I haven't been making much video because the weather has been horrible, I guess. I can't say absolutely crappy, but it has been the best. So I haven't been filming. But yeah, this is the setup. This is the setup for now. I actually finally have a shade. It's too bad I couldn't get the car in here, but it is what it is. But yeah, we finally got ourselves our own little spot. We start weld up shit. I don't have this done yet. I gotta cut that edge off, but this is gonna be a welding spot. Much better than what I had before. Much better. This place don't leak. I am waiting on a stove to put in the corner, but other than that, much better than what we had before. So now, with the last couple days, I'm after getting my rear bumper taken off. I managed to fix it up a little bit, other than that right side there. I got some stuff welded up. I got her welded onto the frame again with a couple patch plates, because everything is completely twisted, as you can tell. But now my focus is on trying to get this back as far as I can and back down as much as I can. This side is completely ripped away. Everything is pretty much absolutely gone on this side, but that's fuck off. That's nothing. So I'm going to pack in together. Same with this crappy ass bumper. But it's only the rear bumper, which I'm not too worried about. That'll all pack in together again. Front, finally got the other hood put on. She's not lined up, obviously. I'm not too worried about that yet. I think I'm going to do what I've after seen a couple of people do and spike it up in the middle, because this fender is kicked over bad and she won't line back up, as you can tell. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kick it up in the middle and see if that works. But she's still running good. Changed the fuel pump, and she's running best con again. So she definitely will be back for next year. Even if I don't have my 302 ready, it's still not all here yet. That's the last things I got to get now. So that's going to be probably a Tuesday job. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyways, we're going to get back at this. I'm going to see if I can try to get this pulled out a little bit more, and we'll see where it gets to. Well, as you can tell, we've been getting a lot of work done to this back of this trunk, and it is a different day. But yeah, we almost got this done. This is all sunk down. That's pretty much tight. I'm going to get my piece of threaded rod back down through there. The hole's not lining up. So I'm going to drill another hole, put a couple plates, relocate my threaded rod there. This right here is pretty much solid, or hollow. It's just, I'm going to pound this in as much as I can. And I think I'm going to take another piece of threaded rod, probably drill a hole right down through here somewhere and mount it straight to the frame, so that this is just going to be one solid piece. I'm in the process now of getting this put down inside, and I'm going to start beating this in a little bit with a sledgehammer. I'm going to beat this part down, and I say tighten up that threaded rod, and we should be pretty good. I'm probably going to have to tighten up this chain a bit. I do have it welded on this side, but it's still free down and bottom. Just bolted up so I can still adjust it. So yeah, we're pretty much just going to beat the rest of this in almost flat. After I guess the rest of this pushed in, the rest of the trunk pushed down, and then I think I'm gonna cut away this right here, and we're gonna take our grinder and we're just gonna probably run about right there, so that this whole bumper over the winter is gonna start peeling up. So then when I get my first smack, all this is just gonna go in together. Yeah. Well, we got more progress made. Starting to finally work on this side. This side is starting to get tightened down a nice bit. I got it all kinked together pretty good, and it's actually, for what it is and how messed up it was, it's actually starting to turn out the way that I wanted it to. So like I said, this side is pretty well done. I just got to get some pieces of threaded rod in there. This side, I want us to get this down, tucked in there, and then start beating this in and see if I can't make it flat, take that down with it. Like I said, I'm going to cut this out, and yeah, we're going to cut this out so we can expose all this here, start beating this back a little bit, and then like I said, we're going to take a cut and go across, I'd say probably just before this bolt, or maybe, actually we'll probably do it here at that plug. We'll probably cut it out there to a V. Cut this out to a V and do the same thing with the other side. You can't really see it because, well, yeah, they're still in the way. But get it jacked up so all this can start slowly bending up over the winter. But wasn't saying that I don't really want to cut. I would rather weaken the middle. Probably heat it up. I know this crush box over here is yeah, she bent up pretty good. This side, I'm willing to bet here it's going to go up by the way that is crushed. Hopefully, I'm hoping by the way this is, if it's poking out like this, the next hit is just going to shove this out, which is going to want to make this curl up. I hope. She's still solid. She is still very solid. Even the trunk is not bad. The trunk is still solid. I just got to find a way to make it all pack in correctly. And like I said, this is my first time. So, I don't know what I'm doing, but then again, I kind of do, because I'm just looking at the way that I want the metal to bend. I don't really have much to do with the car anymore, because the car runs fine. Like I said, I still want to run my 302 and my C6. But we'll see how far and how close I get to that over the winter, because I need to pretty much fully dress the whole motor. So I'm going to need everything for the most part. Carb, intake, your headers, starter, this, that, you know, everything to get it running. So we'll see how we're doing with that. But it's not quite at the end of the day. I'm going to see if I can try to get this in a bit more than what I want it to. And yeah, we'll see where we ends up with this. If I can get this here, this black pulled out, so I can get this shoved down and then beat it all back in, I think that would create a nice little wall. I'm going to get this crease here. I'm going to push this piece back inside, and then I'm going to pound all that together. And like I said, I'm definitely going to have to get some more threaded rod, a little bit bigger than that 3/8, because that ain't doing much. It's good to hold, I guess, the trunk and the trunk lid together and a spare tire together, but you want something thicker to go through that frame, which I have a nice couple pieces of 1" that I'm going to put down through it. I'm just taking it slow, man. I got all year to do this. I got all year, so I'd like to be able to do a decent job. 9 chance at 10, I think I'm just going to paint her all black. We'll throw some stickers onto it. I got to get my SS rims off the front so I can get these cleaned up, get them brought inside, get it all cleaned up right nice. In the back there, this would be the only chrome thing I'll probably ever have. But I like them. So yeah, we'll keep going with this and we'll see where it ends up. Alright, we're back here at the trunk again. A lot of this has been pulled down big time, so what I'm going to start to do is try to pull it towards each other. I want to get this rear end to be as hard as possible, be as stiff as possible, without, you know, without going over the rules, without having to be doing a whole lot of cutting and stuff like that. We are going to be doing a fair bit of welding yet. I think I might actually get a couple straps to go down the back of it yet, go along with these pieces of chain maybe, or I might get rid of the chain altogether. But we're going to start to see if we can try to pull this in a bit more. The spare tire carrier is literally like right here. There ain't much room left between the trunk and the trunk lid and spare tire carrier. So if I can start getting all that pulled in and get it pulled back down to gear, I don't want this busting. I don't think it's going to. Busted a weld on that side finally. It's not bad. Okay, that side's pulled in a bit. Okay. Now she's all set to get pulled back in. We're going to get a couple thick pieces of 1-inch rod that we're going to put straight down through the chassis once it's all in place, and I'm hoping that this should be able to keep it stiff. I don't want the same thing to happen what happened to me there at the team show. My last pretty ball, I mean, all this damage was done in one hit, but I also had messed up because I had never put my threaded rod down through the body and then down through the body mounts, which I should have done. If I had done that, she probably wouldn't be looking like this. But it's alright. Knowledge, experience. Make this rear end pretty stiff, I think. Let's get this part beat in. Shape it up a little bit. Okay. Very far. That's what I wanted to see. Exactly what I wanted to see. Obviously we're not done here yet, but this is the start. It's starting to curl in the way that I wanted it to. We're starting to close in this gap over here, which is great. Yeah, the more I can get this gap closed in, the more the stiffer that she's going to be. I'm going to start getting my cuts on the go now, I'd say. Probably, I'm trying to think now. Let's see here. Just see here for a second. exactly where we're going to want to do these cuts. Help her bend. We're probably going to maybe we'll get that gap closed in. Probably going to have to heat it up a bit, I'd say. Just to revamp that metal a little bit. So we can get closed in. I wonder if I'm allowed to weld it. But once we get that closed back up, I'm allowed to weld it back together. Something that should have been asked, I think. Something that needs to be addressed. It'll put up like that for now. That done. That hole. Okay. Now, right up under there like that. Let's start going with this one first. I also want to get the back wires out so we can get the 15 down there. what we got on it. Alright, so we're getting some more of this hauled in here now. This side is starting to get hauled in and up. Gotta keep replacing the chain, but this thing is starting to pack in on this side, and luckily this is the only bit of rust, which is surprising. That's just good. So this is all starting to pack in now. I'm gonna have to rearrange my chain and probably put it, I'd say probably coming down around here, so we can start getting all that sucked in on this side. I think after that we can almost get ready to get the hood put back on, and dry side is probably gonna be done. So let's relocate our chain and see what we can do here. Alright guys, how is everybody doing? A little bit of a gloomy day today, but we're still out here at it, and I'm stuck at a little bit of a dilemma with my threaded rod. Actually, I had normally placed it down in the trunk. It helps keep all the trunk in the sorry, hold on, spare tire carrier and the trunk lid. It keeps it all really, like, you know, close together. It keeps it packed in and tight as much as you can. That's the way I had it done. But now that my frame is a little bit exposed, and I should have done this before, but I think I'm going to relocate the threaded rod, take it out from where the trunk is to, and we're going to put it pretty much on the sides and just right down through the chassis. I think that's how we're going to go with it, because I think she would have held up a hell of a lot better if I had done it that way in the beginning. But this thing is starting to come somewhere. It's all starting to come out. I can just turn around. It's all starting to come out now, like I was saying. I still want to pull this out just a little bit more. But see what I was saying with my threaded rod? I'm just having a thought, alright? Because this side has got all this. Hold on now, see if I can get you inside. This got all that pulled together on the inside. That threaded rod do. Which is great. Like I said, it's going to keep the trunk lid and the spare tire carrier tight, close together, and when it gets hit, it's going to pack in together. But now this is my dilemma. I can shove it straight down through here and have it come down through here and go all through this. We'll put a plate here, and we'll also put a plate on bottom. We're going to get some bigger threaded rod on just... This is just mock up, and yeah, we'll shove it all the way down through this frame. There's a body mount there, so we'll take that all out of it. We'll shove our threaded rod straight on down through the frame. Like I said, we'll put a plate here to cover up this big hole. We'll weld it there, and then we'll put a nut and washer along with our threaded rod. And I hope that well, it should keep this rear end together very, very nice. I'm thinking, actually. So I think that's what we're going to do with it. And once we get that all set into place, we'll start getting all this beat in. So then it'll be really, really tough on this side. And we're going to try to do the same with this side. Before the winter comes now and the snow, I'm going to get this car shifted over a bit more, because the driver's side is starting to come around. There's not a whole lot left to it. Paint pretty much. Probably tighten up my door bar, whatnot, make sure that's all good. And the hood, which I could probably still do that even if she was moved over to the other side, because I want to get the passenger side worked at. Yeah, we got to get this all hauled out. I think what's stopping it from going down, I don't know if you can see it over there, but the old hood mounts, the old hood shocks, whatever, they're in the way, so they need to be removed. This here, probably, yeah, I'd say about right up there, that needs to be pulled out and straightened up a bit more. And I'll get the new holes drilled so that we can get a threaded rod, put that back down through. And where this side over here got so much of a gap, I'm going to just put the whole come along right around on top and just haul it all in together, and we'll tighten it all down then. We should be fine. As you notice, I got at me muttered, well, spare tires, I suppose you could call them. I don't know how they're gonna hold up yet. I don't know. We'll see what happens. They're welded in there all right, I guess. They're not, you know, the most prettiest, but they're in there. I just need to throw a little bit more of a bead right there and call it a day. We'll get those shoved back on soon. I think I'm still gonna run those in the rear. I kind of don't like it though because it keeps the car level. I want us to be able to get the rear end down more and the front end up. So we'll see what happens there when it comes to those rims. But yep, they're looking better. They're looking better. So yeah, that is my dilemma. I don't know if I should still haul it up through the trunk or if I should haul it up through the chassis. But I say I'm probably gonna go through the chassis because then in order to beat it all up, you gotta take all this with it. So that's how we're gonna go. I gotta get a piece of square stock. I'm gonna get there in the speaker or in the speaker deck. We're gonna get the rest of that pounded down, and then yeah, we'll throw that up in it. I think this should do all right. That'll be pretty much it for this side. I'm gonna weld this up solid. I'm gonna get some plates, some more plates, get that all welded up, and yeah. I think we're going to go up to the chassis, so that's what we're going to do, and I'll be able to get this side done before the winter comes. I'd like to be able to get both sides done before the winter comes, but I want to get this side completed, all pounded in, and then this car moved over here more so I can access the passenger side, and hopefully we can get that side done before the winter. Because when next summer comes around, I got a feeling this is going to be a busier summer. I have a feeling. So I don't think I'm going to have a whole lot of time to be at this. And I don't know. It's getting too hot. It was anyways. The fall and the winter months, that's when I like to be at this stuff. So we'll definitely see what happens. But anyways, we're going to keep at this some longer. This video is going to be chopped up and edited and everything because I got a ton of footage from doing this and other things. So yeah, maybe we'll make this into a bit of a longer video, but we're going to keep at this. This is going to be a wall at this, I'd say. But yeah, let's go. Buddy, now we are getting somewhere. We have a massive hole made open now, which is good. So now I can start getting this all packed in. Starting to notice something though. She kind of got a bit of a hump right there, and I'm thinking if she gets hit around here somewhere, I'm kind of glad I weakened it up right here in a sense. But with that bend like that, I think she might try to plow down right here. So what should I do here? Probably weaken it up right here and probably make a slice going this way, and we'll get rid of the metal that's up here. So as soon as she gets hit, all this right here is going to want to bend up because there's not going to be anything there to support it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do that on both sides because that seems like she wants to plow down there. I know I'm going to be weakening up my chassis probably where? Not even sure where I want to do that yet, actually. Probably take it a little bit too far, but I'm thinking I'm going to go just before that plate. That's a shitty ass plate. I might put another one on the side there. I don't know. We'll see, but I think I'm going to do it right here. We'll cut up a little bit right here, and then we'll cut up a little bit right here. So then this is going to want to go up, and this is going to want to go up. So then the rest of it should pack in until you get to my threaded rod. That's right there at the body mounts. And that is cutting her close to my tires, but maybe we'll dimple it or something, and we'll see what we can do there. Not 100% sure yet, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We still gotta just pay attention to this right now. This is almost out. So what I'm gonna try to do is try to peel this flat and get it down as much as I can. And like I said, we'll get some threaded rod, 1-inch threaded rod or something to go through our body mount. We'll go up through, we'll put a plate on the bottom, we'll put a plate on top. We won't weld them in, I don't think. We'll just throw a couple plates in there, and then we'll just come straight through the top. And And then once that's done, we'll pound that all in place. We'll try to make a square again, and then we'll do our cuts. We've already got some of it done on this side. We'll do the rest there, and then we'll get this body mount up out of the way, which I think is pretty much already up out of it. Where's my pry bar? What did I do with that? So I already got that pretty much. Oh, I gotta cut it from that side right there too. That's nothing. It'll only take me a minute. But yeah, that's pretty much what's keeping that in place there right now, is that little strip of metal. That's about it. A little tiny strip of metal there is pretty much the saws keeping this back here together. So we'll get rid of that. We'll cut this. We'll cut all this here out of the way. We'll remove all that. We'll do the same thing we got done with the other side. Not smashed together, but you know, actually, it's already got a nice curl right here. And this part's starting to go down, so I'm going to try to bend this all down too. I want this trunk to be tougher than what it was. I didn't realize, even though, like, well, this side was pretty rusty. There's no trouble telling about that. You could tell this side was pretty rusty, but damn, man, one smack and she was, well, yeah, all this here used to be up here. You couldn't even get this plate out when that was originally in there, in its original spot, and you couldn't get that one up out of it either. You couldn't tighten it down. So I've got this trunk pulled out a lot. So my next thing now, I'm actually get this pulled down as flat as I can. So maybe I can probably use the existing hole or create a new hole, and we'll try to get it back. We'll try to get it lined up as much as possible. I mean, she's coming up pretty good. She's not bad. Once I get this spot into place and it's solid, I can start pulling out the middle, and then we can get the rest of the trunk put down inside, and then we'll get our come along, and we'll just crank it all together. We'll tighten down our threaded rods. I don't think I'm gonna add any more plates on the trunk. They held up though, which I'm very surprised. They held up. They're still on all four corners. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to add any more plates to keep my trunk down, plus the ones I got on my speaker deck, which I'm still surprised that they held up as well. They're both still there. So yeah, we got to get that end cut off of that body mount and see if we can't get all this tightened as much as possible. And I think we should have a pretty good trunk then. I get my rims all put back together. I got some work done to my SS's for next year. And yeah, then we're going to start working on this. Because this is, yeah. I don't really know how to go about it yet. I don't know if I want to tuck it down over my rad. I don't know if I want to do that or if I'm just going to leave it as is. I'm not 100% sure yet. I don't know what I'm going to do there. But yep, she's going to be a decent car for next year again. She's definitely holding up. I just got to get this rear trunk, or get this trunk tightened down a lot better, get it more packed in, make it, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I still like to be able to get a cage into it too. Anyways, well, there's going to be big plans for this over the winter. We're going to see what's going to happen here yet. Yeah, I would really like to be able to get, I got to get my springs done. She's still got the air ride suspension up and under it. That hasn't been replaced yet. That's still up and under it. But other than that, I mean, she's not in horrible shape. She's a little rusty, but she's not bad. The whole trunk and everything is still there. It is just this side that has blown out for some reason. This, yeah, she did have a fair bit of rust here. This was a hole that was actually pre-existing before I got this car. But yeah, now it's just completely opened up. So we're going to have to get all this tightened together at the best that we can. Anyways, guys, that's probably going to be the end of this now for today. I managed to get a couple things welded up, and I think I'll probably leave it like this now for overnight, so I can just let the metal kind of just take shape as it is there now. And I'd say tomorrow we'll take this chain here and we'll wrap it up around here, and we'll start pulling all this back down as much as we can. See what happens. Alright guys, see you tomorrow.